Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mac the Duel is coming back at you from the TCG Enterprise, where we talk about all your favorite card games. So, you guys, guess what? Yeah, it is time. Blackwings, everybody. It is now time to finally get the updating going for the Blackwings. And honestly, this deck is super awesome. And guess what? It is going to YCS Pasadena. That's right, you guys. I am actually going to be going over to YCS Pasadena alongside with my buddies of the Team Forbidden. So go ahead and feel free to sign up, you guys. There's still hopefully some spots open. You guys could go ahead and sign up. I could go ahead and put the link down below. And at the same time, hope to see you guys there. And this deck is it's definitely been taking me a lot of time to try and contemplate. But luckily with a lot of insight and also with research as well, based off also with my experience, I was able to compile a pretty good list that I definitely would think it would win maybe a couple of matches. But definitely it's against a lot of tier limit decks, which is definitely going to be the main priority threat in all of the YCS. I definitely could tell that there's going to be a lot of decks that are going to be trying to repel against it, and there's going to be a lot of decks that are it. So let's just hope for the best, and let's go ahead and get on with the profile, you guys. So starting off, which, by the way, first off, let me just say, I got this awesome playmat, you guys, on from eBay. So if you guys want to go ahead and get yours, it's on there. It's 24 bucks. It's not that bad, honestly, and I'll go ahead and post the link down below. You guys can go ahead and get yours today. And also YCS Pasadena is also going to be this coming weekend. So literally next weekend, you guys, on November 4th, 5th through the 6th. So go ahead and check it all out, you guys, and hope to see you guys there. So start off, we're going to be going with 3 of Blackwing Simoon, the Poison Wind. This is the one that your main go-to. We already know what this does, but when it goes and gets brought out and reveal, you can go ahead and banish one to get the Black Whirlwind out. And then you can go ahead and set up an additional normal summon, which is awesome. You want to be able to go ahead and get yourself set up for that. So then that way you can set up your combo plays to go into your level 7s. You can go in towards your level 8s or rank up into your level 9s, 10s, or however. Or you could just set up plays to go in for link plays. So definitely 3 Simoon is always good to have. The newest one is Sodri, the Phantom Gleamer. Honestly, it had a different name in the Japanese version, but eh. In any case, when this card is normal summoned, you could add 1 card that mentions Blackwing Dragon from your deck to your hand, except for Sodri. You contribute 1 monster to special summon 1 Phantom Gleamer token, Winged Beast Tuner, Dark, level 2, 7 by 700. Then you take 700 damage. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn that you activated this effect, except for synchro monsters. And you can only use the effect of Sodri once per turn. So, what you basically would do out for, you get your additional normal summon, you go out for your Sodri. I'll show you guys later on a combo on how to go ahead and do that, but basically you go ahead and combo off from Simoon, go in for Sodri, and then you can go ahead and banish, and then you can go ahead and set up a combo play to get out for your Blackwing Dragons. So, next card up we're going to be having as well, you guys, is Vata. Blackwing Vata. People say Vata, somebody say Veda. Doesn't matter. Pronunciation isn't really the circumstance. But anyways, Vata, the emblem of wandering. You control a Blackwing other than Blackwing Vata. You can special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon Blackwing Vata wandering once per turn this way. During your main phase, you can send this card on the field to the graveyard along with 1 more non-tuner monsters from the deck that levels equal to exactly 8. And if you do, special summon 1 Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for dark monsters. You can only use the effect of Vata once per turn. But that's okay, because this literally is a combo in and of itself. Next up, you guys, we're going to be going with 3 of the Blackwing Shamal. of the Sandstorm. This one is honestly, it's very awesome. This one is one where when they send this to the hand to the graveyard and then get a black feathered whirlwind. So this one is basically the counterpart of Simoon, which gets you black whirlwind. This one gets you black feather whirlwind. And it's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. They are two different components of the deck, but they do fluctuate very well, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So, but anyways, if a Blackwing Synchro Monster or Blackwing Dragon is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can banish this card, and then you target one Blackwing Monster into your graveyard and add it to your hand. Then take 700 of damage, but like you care. You don't care. You're Blackwings. You're an aggressive deck, so you don't care about life loss. Then we're going to keep on going with the list. And we're going to be going with one Chinook. Yeah, one Chinook. That's all you need. Most people are running two. If you want to run two, you can run two. I don't care. But honestly, just one is good enough, at least for me, for this deck, that I'm running it. You send this card from the hand of the field to the graveyard. The target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Send one Blackwing Synchro Monster or Blackwing Dragon from the extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, until the end of this turn, targeted monster loses 700 attack. Also, negate its effects. This is a quick effect. If you control a dark single monster, you can only use the effect of Chinook once per turn. But nonetheless, it's still a good combo play. Any more than that is a little bit too bricky out for at least my taste. But you guys are welcome to go ahead and pick however you guys want to. Now, as far as tuners go, we're gonna line up on our tuners here. So we have one Orishi the Squall. You guys already know what this does. It special summons itself, and they can change the battle position of a monster. You now because of the ban list, now that it coming back at 1, we now get to have one Stim of the Cloak to go ahead and get out for our token, which allows us to go ahead and go into a Link 2, or based off, to go into a Link 3 play. Mainly our go-to out for this is to go ahead and start synchro summoning, or go into our combo plays to go ahead and go into access code Talker. So, and then we also are running one Vayu. Yeah, Vayu. A lot of people are not running Vayu, and it's honestly, single-handedly, a very good card because it allows you to go ahead and get into more comboing synchro plays, because you could literally use it off from the it's called the Borrowstorm. The Borrowstorm. You can go off from the Borrowstorm to go ahead and send it into the graveyard to go ahead and get onto a Silverwind, or you can go in for a Blackwing Dragon. So you literally have multiple possibilities with value in this deck. I would not run any more than one. Just a one is good enough. Then we're going to be going with 2 Gale. The Whirlwind, it's Gale, it's good. Cut the stats, the special summon. What more could you want? It's an easy level 3 to go ahead and get out, so might as well. Then we are going to be going with 1 Austria the South Wind. You already know what this thing does. When it banishes, put out some black feather counters, and at the same time, you can also place wedge counters up for the opponent's controls. So then that way you could use Farmer Master to go ahead and snatch it, which is really, really fun. So that's pretty much it on towards the tuner aspect. As far as anything else goes, we're going to be going with 1 Zonda the Dusk. It's just there as a placeholder so that you can go ahead and get in for your Blackwing Dragon. That's basically what it is for. It's not really out for anything else. It's just a good level 6. But at the same time, I mean, if you want to, you could use out for its effects, which basically means that you can only use one of the following effects as Zonda once per turn, and only once during that turn. If this card is normal summon or special summon, target 1 monster onto the field, return it to the hand. I mean, it's decent. It's not entirely that great. Some people don't run it. Some people do. We are. So we're going to go ahead and just give that one a go. Why not? 1 Zephyros. Yeah, 1 Zephyros. No more and no less, honestly. I wanted to run 2 so we could utilize the effects of the Black Whirlwind. But then now that I think about it, that Black Whirlwind is actually going to show a little bit more consistency. We only need really the 1. We might maybe change it up, but 1 is pretty good. 1 Harmon in the Dust. Yeah, just 1 Harmon in the Dust. Last deck profile that I had, I ran 2 of them. this is going to be a little bit too cloggy because right now this is actually a very big deck. Honestly, I'm running 46 cards in the deck, and I'm running 31 creatures. So you don't have to work with those kind of ratios. But I'm just saying, for my personal preference, since we're going to be dumping a lot, and because Terrelments is a thing right now, and they will get your deck into the graveyard when you least expect it and waste out your resources, you'd want to be able to utilize as much as you can possible to go ahead and start synchro summoning as fast as you can. Finally, on this aspect, we're going with 3 Ash Blossom. Big 4-headed bathwater, baby. We got to get this thing out. It is good. It is good. It is good. Literally the best hand trap in the game, especially with a lot of things that are going to be searching right now. We want to be able to utilize for that effect and also for graveyard effects as well. We want to go ahead and use as much as Ash Blossom as we can. Now, a lot of controversial card, but honestly, I'm going to be running it myself, and I'm going to be running with 3 of the Bestial Magna Mahut, I think is how you pronounce it, but sorry I'm butchering it. But anyways, it has a chaos effect. Basically, you can target 1 light or dark monster in the graveyard, banish it. If you do, special summon this card from the hand. It's a quick effect, and then if your opponent controls a monster, if this card is special summoned, you act the following effect until the end phase of the turn. Add 1 dragon monster from the deck or the graveyard to your hand, except for Mahut. So, and then the thing is that's great about this is that you can target any graveyard. It literally is a DD Crow beat stick is what you want to have for this thing. And honestly, it's better because you could target anything that's a light or a dark in any graveyard, which helps out a lot. A lot. Now, I've seen some people run 2. Personal preference, I'd rather just go ahead and run the 3 because we're also running 1 Druisworm. Some people are running 2. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. You can do any ratios that you want. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me. This is how I'm running mine. But anyways, you basically have the same effects out on towards this. Target light or dark in either graveyard, banish it. If you do, special summon it. There's a quick effect. Your opponent controls a monster. This card is sent from the field to the graveyard. Target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls. Send it to the graveyard. So that's the only effect on towards that one's differentiate from these ones here. But still, nonetheless, Bestial's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's very good, a very good mechanic and great extenders for the deck. Finally, we're gonna be going with 2 Nibiru, Primal Being. You gotta have Nibiru, especially with a lot of stuff that's gonna be special summoning out right now. You wanna go ahead and start wiping out a whole bunch of things. Oh yeah. Especially with Tri-Brigade still being a thing, and many other decks that are trying to be swarming right now. Even if we're facing off into a mirror match, there you go. Bring out a Nibiru, stop them. There could only be 1 Blackwing deck. And then, of course, with this one here, you, of course, get your fabulous tokens. So I got on the lucky side to go ahead and get these awesome tokens, you guys, from Power Manga Mats. Go ahead and get your guys's today. I could go ahead and post up that link as well down below. And also, I have a Steam token. Pretty steamy, pretty hot. I like it. And this is for our Steam of the Cloak as well. Now, on towards our spells. With our spells, we're going to be going with 3 Allure Darkness. Yeah, Allure Darkness at 3. It's a good card, and honestly, I don't have that many Prosperity. So, unfortunately, I only have 1. So, that's where Allure Darkness comes in. And honestly, Allure Darkness is actually a very good substitute for that because you could banish off for your 1 dark, and then at the same time, you can go ahead and utilize the effect of Austere to go ahead and bring it back. But at the same time there, you also get your draw power. So there's not really that much of a holdback towards this thing. The only exception I could think of, honestly, though, is that if you don't want to run Allure, then definitely run Prosperity. If you do not have Prosperity, run Allure. As far as Wings of Requiem, I try to run it. It is a great card. Allure is just, it's honestly, it's just better. It just is, based off my personal preference. Then we're going to be going with 2 Small World. A Small World, it's good. It allows you to go ahead and choose a monster from the deck. Exactly the same type as long as you're revealing one. And it basically allows you to go ahead and add it from the deck to the hand. So it's basically a good searcher for the deck to go ahead and start utilizing for your combo plays to get the correct cards into your hand. Not saying this deck will brick, but I'm just saying is that you want to have as much resources as you can to getting a lot of combo pieces to your hand. Then we're going to be going with 3 Black Whirlwind. It is Black Whirlwind, the main card of the deck. You should never, ever, 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 and I mean ever, if you are one of these people, shame on you, don't even run this deck if you're not going to run 3. You have to run 3 of this card. Hands down. I don't care who you are. If you are running any less than 3 Black Whirlwind, get the hell out of here. Sorry. I'm brutally honest, but I'm serious when I say this. You need to be running 3 Black Whirlwind. It is literally the main searcher of all the Blackwings. That it will literally do it just an attack layout for less, but it literally searches your entire deck. What more could you want? Now, as we were talking about Shamal, we also have this. And this is the Black Feathered Whirlwind. This is the only reason why Shamal can go ahead and utilize itself into the deck is to get out for your Black Feather Whirlwind. This one, when once per turn, if you special summon a Dark Synchro monster from the extra deck, except during the damage step, you can target one of your Blackwing monsters or Blackwing Dragon that is banished in your graveyard with less attack than that special summon monster. Special summon it. Once per turn, if a dark monster you control will be destroyed by battle or by a card effect, you can remove 1 Black Feather counter from your field instead. How often are we going to be running Black Feathers? A lot. A lot. And not only that, you could literally combo off both of these cards if both of them are on the field at the same time. They literally combo off each other in a chain. I'm not lying. Finally, on our spells, we're going with 1 Called by the Grave. It is Called by the Grave. What more can I say? A lot of people are going to be utilizing Called by the Grave. I guarantee it. Finally, on our traps, we are going to be going with 2 Twin Shadow. Some are running 1. I say 2 is pretty good in case if you need another one for a backup. You shuffle 2 of your Blackwing monsters, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner that are banished and or in your graveyard into the deck. And then you special summon from the extra deck 1 Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwing Dragon from the extra deck whose level is equal to or the total of those 2 monsters. And then it's treated as a synchro summon. If you control 2 or more Blackwing monsters, you can activate this card from your hand. How often are cards literally activated from the hand as far as traps go? Very few. Finally, on our traps, we are going with 3 impermanents. I do not know, I do not need to go into detail as to what this card does. You guys have played the game long enough to know what this thing does. Get rid of the column and negate the effect of a creature, or of a monster. That I literally had to just explain it just because there's a lot of people who don't know what that card does, and it's literally second to none the best hand trap. Ash Blossom being number 1, of course. Anyways, on towards our extra deck, you guys. So we're going with 1 Blackwinged Assault Dragon. Has 1 tuner synchro monster and 1 non-tuner monster. Must be synchro summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by banishing 1 tuner synchro monster and 1 Blackwing Dragon from your face-up field and or graveyard. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, place 1 Black Feather counter on this card. When that effect resolves, and if you do, inflict 700 damage to your opponent during your opponent's turn. Quick effect. You contribute this card with 4 or more Blackwing, Black Feathered counters onto it, and literally destroy all cards onto the field. Literally nuke the entire field. Yeah. Bogus, but beautiful. Next, we have 1 Borrow Storm, the Wicked Wind. Yes. as I said before, with Vayu, it's literally what it does. It will literally take one of the Blackwings that's in your deck and just dump it right into the graveyard immediately. Then if you do, the card that you sent will become the same level as that monster's. And then at the same time, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and send it to the graveyard, you could banish one Blackwing monster from the graveyard or face up out of the field, except for that, and destroy, except for the destroyed monster. Special summon to the destroyed monster in defense position, and you can use the effects once per turn. So you literally can take your opponent's monster, which is stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Next up, we already know, Full Armor Master. It's literally one of my best guys that I got, honestly. You can place it for the wedge counters, take an opponent's monster. It's unaffected by card effects, which literally means that it cannot be affected by card effects. If you literally drop this thing out, your opponent is stunned. They don't have any way around it unless, of course, it gets countered. But other than that, you cannot hit this thing at all. Period. We are, of course, going with one Silver Wind as well. Right down the line, we have to have Silver Wind. It is beautiful. It is a ultimate rare. Oh, yeah. Ultimate rare. That's what I'm talking about. Ultimate rare. And it needs to go linked up with Vayu because it's necessary to do so. Next, we're having one Nathung for burn damage, but at the same time, an additional normal summon. Because why not? And it is a great level 6. One Blackwing Dragon, because it's black feather counters. And why not? It's easy to come out, and then you can go ahead and combo it off and get this. Yes. One hot red dragon Archfiend Abyss. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and negate the effects till the end of the turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to the opponent, target one tuner in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. This allows you to go ahead and get more combo plays to go ahead and set up for more big stuff. Why not? Also, we're going to be going with one Draco Berserker of the Tanyi. This thing is stupid on the field. When your opponent activates a monster's effect, quick effect, you could banish it right off the bat. If this attacking card destroys an effects monster by battle, sends it to the graveyard, this will gain attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Also, it can make a second attack on that monster during this battle phase. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Then, more on towards our extra deck, you guys. We're going to be going, finally, one Borlord Savage Dragon. Why not? It is big, it is beefy, it is fluffy, it is lovable. Why not? Then on our link package, we're going to be going with just one Nightmare Unicorn. We are not going to be going with Phoenix. We're not going to be going with Cerberus. Just Unicorn. Honestly, I was a little bit hesitant towards it, but because of the fact that you could literally co-link it off, and at the same time, you could go ahead and draw a card for each different card amongst them. It's beautiful. You need the draw power for the deck. One White Strix. It's White Strix. Why not? One IP Masquerena. Yes, it is IP Masquerena. And finally, one Evil Swarm Nightmare. Yes, we need the Evil Swarm Nightmare. It is beneficial for the deck. It is perfect. You could literally change the special summon monsters into face down defense. That is perfect. It could literally, this could literally damage an opponent's deck if they're trying to set up for plays. Just detach one. No, not today. You can't use that effect. Why? Because it's in face down defense. Like as if it was just put into defense, like a first play turn defense. Now on towards our extra deck, you guys, we're going to be going with, of course, 3 Lightning Storm. Oh yeah. These are literally the same Lightning Storms, you guys, that I pulled out from the 2022 Egyptian God Tins. Yeah, these are literally the same ones. I hadn't had a chance to go and put them into a deck until now, so here they are. Finally, onto the this setup here, at least for these, as far as spell destructions and stuff like that, we're going with 3 Twin Twister. It's Twin Twister. What more could you say? 3 Dark Roller, no more. You gotta negate the effects of all face-up monsters. You gotta. You just gotta. There's too many effects right now, especially if you're going to a YCS or you're going to a local or regional. Everybody's running Dark Roller no more. Whether it be either in the main deck or the side deck, it doesn't matter. You need to get 3 copies for yourself. It is literally in the Albaz structure deck, I believe. You guys could go ahead and get it there. I think it's also... It might also be in the Crystal Beast deck, but don't quote me on that. I definitely know it's in the Albaz deck for sure. 3-dimensional barrier. 3 solemn judgment. That's it. That's it. Now let's go ahead and go on to combo plays, guys. Alright, you guys. So I'm literally going to show you like the basics of basic combos that you guys could do with this deck. So let's say for an example that you guys have Simoon in your hand. So you want to go ahead and play Simoon. So let's say you get rid of Zonda. Then go ahead and normal summon your Simoon. Then Simoon's effect will go ahead and get you your Black Whirlwind. Then you get an additional normal summon, so you go in for your Sudri. The Sudri's effect will be off from the Black Whirlwind, so Black Whirlwind will get its effect first. It'll allow you to go ahead. You could either get a Chinook to your hand, you could get a Gale to your hand. This right now, we'll go ahead and get Chinook to our hand. Why not? We'll get Chinook. So then Chinook will be in our hand, and then we use the effects off from Sudri. So then Sudri will allow us to go ahead and get Vada, because Vada is in our hand. And then now you can use Vada's effect, and literally if the total equals up to 8, then you literally could go ahead and just synchro right off the bat with these 2 here, and then go ahead and go in for your Blackwinged Dragon. Literally, right off the bat. Now, let's say for another one if you wanted to. Not saying you have to, but you can literally link off play if you get an additional, or you could do whatever else you want. This is the fastest way to go ahead and get out just for your Blackwinged Dragon alone. So that's basically your go-to combo. You guys already know how the Blackwings fluctuate when one tags out for another one, and then you could go ahead and bounce off the effects from the others. And that's basically how the combo works, you guys. Thank you all for watching. And then don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe, you guys, and hit the post notification bell as well for more profiles and more updates. And I'll see you guys at the YCS. Take care and happy gaming.